I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
It's Supernatural Thursdays! We are back. This is the last Supernatural Thursday.
No!
It's going to be Supernatural Mondays. Coming up on March 16th, we are moving Supernatural to Mondays. We will be figuring out our schedule. We will definitely let you guys know what we are doing. But tonight, we are talking all things Supernatural. Season 15, Episode 11, The Gamblers. Hi, guys. My name is Lyndsey Wegner. So excited to be here with you. And Rutherford's actually, he wanted to be in the intro too. So this is Rutherford B. Hayes, guys. Follow him on all things social media at Rutherford B. Hayes Wegner. And tonight I'm joined by Cherry Davis.
Hi, everybody. Love you to pieces.
Rutherford, what did you think of the episode? Crickets. Crickets from him. He thought it was phenomenal. We've got lots to talk about tonight. Jack is back. Real Jack is back. Got a little bit of a secret from Billie. We've got Cass working a case. Sam and Dean trying to get some luck meeting this very, very interesting woman and playing some pool to see if they can save themselves and everyone else. Cherry, what did you think of tonight's episode?
It was too cool for school. I loved it. I loved how our boys took the game of life and turned it on its ear and reminded everybody they're heroes.
Oh my gosh, and last week we talked about the hero's journey, which I know some of you in the chat had said you weren't sure if you really loved it or not. You felt like it was one of those Monster of the Week episodes. I loved last week's episode. I didn't think it was cheesy at all. Loved Dean dancing. But hey, I appreciate your opinions and I appreciate what y'all think, and I want you to share it, whether you love it, whether you hate it. We want to know. But I thought this episode was great, moved the story forward. We found out a way we can possibly defeat God. So let's get into the Castiel storyline we had going on here. First things first, we open up in Alaska at a pool hall. They are playing for luck, and someone's falling asleep already. They're already bored with me. Hi guys, I'm here. We're here. We're ready to go. We're gonna go to Alaska, where we're gonna get some luck playing pool, and we open on Leonard, who's playing one of the pool hall guys. I believe his name was Joey Six, and they've got these coins that glow, and his luck has run out. Which I was wondering this kind of as they were going. You know, because last week we saw in the preview that they were playing for their lives. So I was wondering if every time they lost, were they dying? But it actually turned out the more of it they lost, just they were losing luck eventually until it all ran out.
Yes.
In which case, poor Leonard lost his life and was hit by a truck.
You know, the house always wins, especially when Fortuna is playing that game. I gotta love a woman that holds a grudge, though.
I gotta love a woman that can hold a pool cue and kick some butt and run a table.
She was
pool
awesome.
Shark. She's fantastic. So the guys are looking for luck. We've been down and out. The baby keeps having issues, flat tires, not starting. So Cass kind of checks in with them. He shows up to the bunker, and they're not there. And so he hears about a case that one of their phones goes off. They're looking for Officer Watts, Agent Watts. And he shows up on the case in Oklahoma, where Jack is shown entering a doctor's office, and everything cuts out and gets all scratchy. And then we see him eating a heart. Now, I was confused because I was wondering what was going on with Jack in the beginning then. And we figure this out later in the episode, so I don't want to give any spoilers right away. But Jack is definitely eating this heart. Cherry, what were you thinking when you saw this?
For a moment, I thought maybe that's not really Jack. Maybe someone's wearing his meat suit. Maybe he's a werewolf. Not a vampire, but some sort of creature. But can we talk about the name that Castiel chose?
What did it?
Lizzo.
Lizzo? Oh my gosh. I didn't rewind because I was already like running late. So I didn't rewind to hear what his name was. I just knew Agent Watts, but Agent
I was hoping
Lizzo.
he'd be in lingerie and we get some booty shots. That's very Lizzo.
I love that so much. Oh, that makes it even better right now. And that's totally a name that Cass would pick.
He's so socially inept. I adore him.
It's so perfect. So he shows up in Oklahoma and he finds this carrying case with this sword in it. And it comes from a Grigori who has their name inscribed on it. And they're a brotherhood of perfect beings. So we know there's some kind of angel. Mm-hmm. And Jack is following another one of these people because the guy's got one of those cases. The guy ends up getting a hold of him and tying him up and talking to him, saying that he's cutting him and he's torturing him and he's telling him, I know how powerful you are. Heal yourself. It's one of those things where people pray and hope for a miracle from God. But the more that you ask for these things, the more that they're not going to show you because there's no need to. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to see Jesus walk on water every time. Like, you have to hear a story. And the whole point is you have to believe. You have to believe.
And Jack does not owe him anything, especially when we found out what his choice was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why he wasn't, trying to heal himself. And of course, Cass shows up in the nick of time. The sheriff had talked to someone and found out that there was a church. And so he knew, okay, that's the place to go. That's where I'm going to find Jack.
Yes.
He's shocked to see Jack. Are we all shocked to see and know that it is Jack?
I couldn't figure out what was going on, but the moment Castiel got that phone call from the sheriff, you knew he was off like gangbusters. And I thought it was so sweet for Sam to leave him a note. He's such a good boy. But in the chat, Lizzie Billiot says Cass got his baby boy back. And yes, he did. He's so joyous to have his son back. He is going
to be in the good graces of Sam and Dean. If Dean is holding on to any anger at this point, not anymore. He's going to be really, really happy to see Jack.
Very happy.
That's the first thing I thought of was you're going to bring Jack back Jack's back in one piece, and Dean is just going to be so happy. And if there is any grudge that he's still holding, he's hopefully going to let it go.
The grudge is done and over with, because when he went to purgatory, that was when he had his epiphany. I think that when the boys got reunited with Castiel and Jack, just seeing when Sam immediately ran and hugged him, Dean was like, well, why didn't you call us? And I was like, our family's back together. The boys are back. It was really like the emotions were so well done. The scene, tonight's episode was written by Robert Behrens and Meredith Glynn, and they did a really great job circling back to bringing our core family back, since this is the found family that they have now with Castiel and with Jack, since their parents have both passed on and aren't coming back again.
I also liked the reason behind these angels, these Grigoris that seem like good people, but they're actually not, because the doctor whose heart that Jack ate was feeding on souls of patients. And this guy that was hunting down Jack was doing the same thing except with children.
With children.
And so Jack was actually just trying to protect any other future victims. So
yes.
100% Sam and Dean, protege, training him as much as he may have evil inside of him, is learning right from wrong, is growing up, is becoming our little Jack.
It was really good, especially when we circle back, because we haven't seen these creatures, I think, since we haven't seen them since season 3 or 4. It's been a long time since we saw them. And it was interesting because they were originally angels sent down to Earth to help humanity, and then they just got tired of humans and were like, screw it, we're going to kill humans, which seems to be a really bad habit amongst the supernatural creatures. Especially the angels are always like, you know what, humans, I don't like you. I'm going to kill you. And God's always like, well, you shouldn't, but well, what am I supposed to do?
Well, there's so many crappy people in the world, and I'm not going to get into this too much, but all of you, I'm sure most of you have heard that Kobe Bryant, unfortunately, and his daughter, along with seven or eight other people, passed away on Sunday in a helicopter accident here in Los Angeles, not far from where we are filming right now. And it's just kind of affected everybody all around, the United States, the world, especially here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And it makes you realize, I think some of you guys know too that I lost my mom. So it's just a reminder that life is so short, and we expect that when we go somewhere, you go to the grocery store, you're going to get back home.
Yes.
But if you go to work at the end of the day, your children are going to come back from school. And there's so many outside circumstances where you just don't know what's going to happen. So you tell the people you love them. You lose the good people far too soon. And those crappy people end up sticking around. So I'm hoping, at least in the supernatural world, with the people that they are killing, but these are some bad people.
Bad people.
That is what I'm hoping.
But that's why our boys always want to save everybody, because they know that we can all change and become better people.
And it seems like it's been really, really the theme of this season. To save the lives, and they have to go out there and fight the good fight to save the people. Because a lot of the times, too, they've been okay with killing certain people and things, and they're really, really pushing that agenda this year that is not the case.
Yes.
They are there to save.
Yes, to be the heroes.
Especially in this episode, and to be the heroes, like you said. So they get to Alaska, and they're trying to find this road. They stop in a diner to try to get something to eat with their $4 and some change,
30 cents.
all in change. Talk to a diner waitress who thinks that they're, asking her something kind of crazy. And she says there's an urban legend with this pool hall that's magic. If you go and win, you come back lucky. But no one ever wins, including Leonard, this guy who went and never came back. So, and baby has a flat tire. Yet again, something's wrong.
Well, you know who is lucky? Our viewers who join us every week to talk supernatural on AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much to Maria and, of course, Keven for founding this. It has been such a passion project for all of us and all of you to get to meet and enjoy shows and share them with others. So I hope that you subscribe for reminders, because once again, we'll be moving to another night. And also, so you can learn and meet new shows, get the opportunity to see us interviewing people, laughing and talking, and join us live in the chat. We're on Apple Podcasts as well as our YouTube channel, and we love talking to you all every week. So please subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up, 5 stars, and just show us some love, because we love sharing our passion for TV shows. Everything from Arrow, which had its season finale, and of course Supernatural will be moving. The new show Katie Keene, which will be in Thursday nights with a little bit of a change with our Supernatural fandom. And of course, everything from the FBI shows to reality. We cover everything because we love what you love, and that's why we're hosts on the show. Thank you so much for watching us every week.
And as I'm seeing all of you guys in the chat, Art Master Austin, Billie Jean, Robina, all of you guys, thank you so much for all the love that you show us in here when we're talking about the show. We appreciate you. All of you that are commenting after the show and sharing your thoughts. Gosh, it just makes what we do so much cooler, because we get to share it with people that love it. So really, really thank you guys. Like it means the world to us and everyone here at AfterBuzz. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Rutherford loves y'all too. I saw some of you guys saying hi to Rutherford. He says hi too. We just get little, Rutherford's magical, just like this pool hall. So they show up, get water from the bartender, Evie, because that's all they can afford.
All they can afford.
Hey, it's all right. I would give them water all day long. All day long. She calls to Max, who tells them, you don't bet with money here. You basically get a coin, and you touch this coin, and you find out your luck. And Dean's pretty average, which before, maybe they were at like a 75% kind of lucky, 90%. Now they're at about 40, 50%.
Maybe 30%.
But every time you lose, the coin gets blanker, basically, and you run out of luck. So they can do what they want with the luck, even split it, because Dean wants to split the luck. He doesn't want it just all going to him. He wants Sam to have some too. they're in. And do you think this is a good idea? Are you wondering, Cherry, as this is happening, and you guys out there, are you guys wondering, this is too good to be true? Is this really going to happen? Is someone going to jinx them? Are they going to come back and say, nope, you don't get your luck after all? Kind of a Chuck situation.
Well, as we were going forward, Sam was sort of investigating to see what's going on. Dean, of course, had his Dean confidence of, I'm a card shark, I'm a pool shark, I can do it. And I think that she's like a lot of gambling places, like in Las Vegas and stuff, where they trick you into betting more money because they let you win a little bit. And then you slowly start to lose. And then we see exactly what's going on with everybody. The bartender who kept trying to warn them, dude, once you win, leave.
Yeah, once you get ahead, just go. But I loved, too, Dean's confidence in saying, look, Sam, I'm proud of you. You're great at everything you do. But there's one thing I can do. I can play pool. I got this. Let me win this for us. Let's have a win. Let's go in and just do something big. And he does. He plays he right away plays Moira, whose sister is still in a coma. This is the first person he plays. Wins the game.
Wins.
Pretty easily. Mm-hmm. And you're right. That's when Sam's kind of investigating, and he's asking Evie about these regulars in the bar. And he's like, are they kept here? It was almost as if some force was keeping them. But as she explained, it was actually kind of their greed. Mm-hmm. Because once they start winning, well, they want to get on top of their luck and stuff. Like Joey Six, who lived an extra year with cancer because he was winning. He was playing pool and winning. So he had an extra year of life because of it. So obviously, that was worth it for him.
Yeah, but what kind of life was it? He was staying at that bar, not with his family or anything. It's like when Dean said when he told him he was going to play, I've been slinging since before you were born. And Sam was like, since you were 4?
4? You're 4 years old?
It was so cute. But it was true. I mean, but addictive personalities, whether you win or you lose, the addiction of doing it is just too much. I mean, they got ahead and they're still staying in. She's not forcing them because she's an old god and she's like, I don't really need to do all this. But she's like, if you want to be a fool, be a fool.
It's like being at a casino. Mm-hmm. And my mom used to bring the little cards home all the time because she would gamble, and my dad or I would go to like pick her up, or I'd be like, okay, I gave you 2 hours. And she's like, just give me another hour. I just need another hour. Go do something. And she'd be obsessed with, you'd have to drag her away from it. And they had these cards in the bathrooms that says, if you have a problem, please call this number. And I'm like, nobody in this casino is calling this number saying, no one's admitting they have a problem.
They don't think they have a problem.
They're just sitting there dropping more quarters and smoking their chain smoking cigarettes, getting free orange high C.
Yeah.
Not free booze.
Oh,
but,
they don't give them free booze?
In Vegas, you get free booze. But not if you're sitting at a slot machine. You have to be playing a table to be getting free booze in Vegas. They're really, really sticklers about it because I spent like $80 on a blackjack table, played 8 hands, and the girl finally came around. She's like, you're not playing right now. And I was like, I just lost $80. And one of the guys was like, just give her a drink right now. She literally just lost $80 in like 10 minutes. It's like,
wow.
Thank you very much. I'm like, give me my free gin and tonic.
I thought they just gave you free alcohol the whole time to trick you into spending more money.
No.
I've never really been I've only been to Vegas like twice.
But it is an addiction. So you do get caught up in that win or that excitement of winning, and you want to keep going. You think you can keep winning, but everyone's a little bit of a pool shark.
They are. They're all watching to see who would be easier to win. It was like when Dean came in and he was like, oh, shoot. I made a bad shot. And then immediately everybody's like looking like,
this is a good,
he sucks.
This is a good game to play.
Him.
So Dean ends up winning. His coin glows. We see some luck, and I'm thinking, okay, let's go now. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. We've got some luck. And Sam talks to him and says, play one more game. Let's get a little more luck because he feels like the pool hall sucks you in. He goes up against Joey, who is a professional bull rider, and he sets up a double or nothing shot, a really hard shot, and Dean sinks it. So Joey's luck was diminished times 2. Mm-hmm. So he walks, Dean's coin glows super bright then. Yes. Joey walks outside and starts coughing up blood and explains that he had cancer and he had lived an extra year thanks to the luck that he had. And I was were you all thinking, don't do it. Don't give him some of your luck. That I was like, I love you guys, and I love that you want to save everyone. Mm-hmm. But do not give some of your luck away for the gambling man.
No. Because he could have left and enjoyed that year with his family or his friends, but instead he kept playing and playing and playing and probably losing and losing and losing till he was down too far. And so as bad as I felt for him, I was like, dude, don't do that. Art Master Austin Prophet in the chat said, I think Sam proved he's actually better than Dean at pool. Sam looked so sexy when he was studying and playing the game. He was sexy when he was investigating and talking to the waitress. He's like, well, why are you still here? And she's like, dude, I lost. I'm at 0. But if I don't leave, it's cool. It felt like if you were winning, you had to stay there. And if you left, then the luck wouldn't travel with you.
Well, that's what I was worried about. I was thinking there's going to be some catch to this, that they're not going to let them keep the luck that they earn, in a way. So Dean tries to leave with the coin. He's built up some good luck on it.
Yes.
And baby can barely get out of the parking lot. So Sam is actually trying to convince people to stop playing. And you're right. Evie, Dean comes back saying the baby didn't even make it out of the parking lot. And Sam realizes someone's skimming the luck off the top of the thing. Like a casino does.
Yeah.
They're making a little bit on each thing. Every time they're doing it, they're making something on it.
But she wasn't skimming. She was taking like 70%.
She was taking a major part of it.
Yeah.
For what she thought was a good reason. Aatrox Fortuna, the Roman goddess of luck, which I love. Now we're bringing. I'm like, this is so great. Yes, it's so cool. I love when they bring these like gods and these things coming into it. It's just, I love hearing like a backstory or adding something to what we all kind of know, maybe, or something added. And Evie came to play. She lost, but she has to work there because otherwise she's gonna die. And Max is Fortuna's son. So, of course, Sam and Dean threaten him. We find out, obviously, Moira says, I go by many names, yes, Fortuna as well. And she doesn't care whether or not she loses Max, but she makes a bet with them. That, she also tells Dean that he's a beach read.
Slam! How dare you disrespect him? And how dare she say to her son, I can make more sons. Eh.
First off, Dean is a little bit of a beach read. He's not Tolstoy.
Okay, he's not Tolstoy. I think he's like Game of Thrones.
He's like John Grisham meets who wrote The Hunger Games?
Oh, that one lady. The first book was really good.
Susan Collins?
I think so, yeah. The first book was really good. The other ones were not
sure if,
as enjoyable.
Yeah. Or what's her name? The one who writes Harry Potter books, too, even.
That one lady.
J.K. Rowling. He's a mix of those where he's anticipation, adventure, saving the day, suspense, sexy. But, I mean, he's not Tolstoy. I love you, Dean, but you're not.
Sam
could be like the Odyssey. And like, go back to
the Odyssey was not fun to read.
It was not fun to read, but Sam is so brooding. Mockingbird?
To Kill a Mockingbird, or else A Tale of Two Cities, which has depth to it.
All right, the question of the week this week, y'all, is if you were a book or an author and someone was writing your life, who would it be? Who would be writing your, stuff? Would you be a romance novel? Would you be Stephen King? Would you be the Twilight series? Would you be Game of Thrones or Where the Red Fern Grows? I want to know. That's my question for you guys this week. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. Let us know via Twitter, however you want. I know some of you guys were writing me last week telling me about your favorite cheeses, so thank you. So she says she's going to make it interesting. She won't play for their luck, but for their lives. Yeah. And Sam says, no. I want you to play, but if we win, we save all the lives. And she's like, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. You can play for luck, and I'll play for your lives.
Which is kind of fair.
She makes the rules.
She's a house.
She makes the rules. So, but she's got to play Sam. So now I'm like, okay, wait, is Moose going to actually be able to do this? Is he been hiding his pool sharkness this whole time? And sure enough, he has.
That's how they made their living for a while.
Because how else could they? Well, I know the Hustler with Paul Newman. Great play, great movie. If any of you haven't seen it, it's a really, really good one.
Twilight.
So he ends up sinking a bunch of balls, and they explain that they got cursed by God. And she says, life's a beep, and then you die. And Dean is saying, no, really, God, the God cursed them. And as soon as Dean starts describing him, she realizes, oh yeah, that's him. Yep, for sure. Squirrely,
yeah.
Got it. God created the world, but humans created gods. And now she starts sinking balls. How dare humans not recognize God as the all-powerful being because they were praying to the sun, moon, etc. So then God created gods so that they could take the fall for any issues or problems people had. Which I'm like, oof.
So Chuck-like.
So Chuck-like. Not all being all good God-like, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think this is good storyline. I don't think, well, this obviously doesn't follow my Catholic religion, but obviously they talk about that, and the point being the agenda and what they're trying to sell you, what you're subscribing to. So she holds a grudge. Sam does win the game. Yay. And Fortuna says they'll need the luck of heroes to beat God, like Hercules. And we're getting back into all these people, and she mentions Hera at one point. But only if they play double or nothing. And Sam, again, fights for the people. He wants the people to be free and get their luck back because the people matter to them. And she agrees.
And Dean jumped in, too, and said, yes. And I was like, yes, those are my Winchester boys.
And Mrs. Where I knew what was going to happen. I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, she's going to win this game. And they won't leave with luck. The people will still be stuck there. This going to Alaska will be a complete waste. And sure enough, she wins the game.
I was like, no!
And the boys leave feeling entirely defeated, which, of course, you would.
Plotting to go back and kill her somehow.
How stupid of them to challenge the goddess of luck.
Boys.
I agree. But then we realize the plea that they've made has truly turned them into heroes, y'all.
It touched our goddess's
They are
heart.
our heroes. The hero's journey continues. It continued to Alaska. And Evie walks out of the pool hall, and everyone else does too, and she goes, she shut it down. And she thought their kind had been extinct, and she meant heroes, just like the old days. Don't play his game. Make God play yours. Evie gives Sam and Dean the coin, which glows really brightly in both of their hands. And they drive off in baby.
I was like, squee!
What a feel good. Y'all, I
loved it.
I feel like I'm glowing, and I'm so there was just this energy in tonight's episode. Whoever directed it,
It is Charles Beeson who's directed other episodes.
Okay. I loved the energy in this episode.
Yes.
Cherry, yes?
The great cut between the two storylines when we have the boys all come together at the end. It was very nicely directed. And the use of darkness and shadow to foreshadow when Jack is captured by the Gregoria was good. Oh, and then when Castiel came out of the shadow to save him, I was like, who's that in the shadows? It's Castiel! And then Jack looked so happy to see his daddy.
Well, they get back to the bunker. They didn't win any scratchers, but they made him back in one piece with baby. And Dean had back-to-back double cheeseburgers, which was glorious.
Yes.
And then, Cass comes in, and Jack just walks in. And the way, I saw somebody write in the chat, the way Sam hugged Jack and just
so much love.
embraced him. Oh, it was so great. And then Dean, typical Dean, really looking at, studying him intently. Is this Jack? Cass? Jack. What's going on here? And Jack explains that he had to eat these angels' hearts, and Cass let him. Dean's kind of like, okay, all right, you had to. He wanted to come home, but he couldn't because if he doesn't stay hidden, and if he uses his powers, his grandfather will know he's alive and kill him again, and he's afraid of him. So Billie kept him in the empty, so that's when that other demon was using the meat suit, which Cherry, I was like, wait, I'm so confused right now. So the demon was using Jack's meat suit while Jack was in the empty with Billie, and he had to eat the hearts to stay alive. And if Jack follows Billie's plan, he'll get stronger and be able to kill God.
The hearts were making him stronger because I think he was taking their angel
their angel
abilities.
Yes. So I know some of you have said maybe Jack will be the new God, and we can get into all of that in your predictions for the episode. But I mean, knowing that we have something coming up that's strong in order to even fight against God, the boys have their luck back. We've got Cass, even though he has the mark of Cain right now. God is in full power, but Amara is still up there and annoyed with him. So I still think we have her on their side. But overall, Cherry, this episode, you guys, I loved it. Like I said, I feel so much joy right now, Cherry.
Such a good episode with bringing the boys back together, with Billie having a plan. Who knows what kind of plan? But they've been around for eons. So it was an exciting episode to leave us off with such a long break.
I know. Always do this to us where we've got pretty much a 6 week.
Oh yeah, it's a long time.
6 week break, y'all. That's a long
Gives us time to watch some of our favorite old episodes.
It does. Gives us plenty of time to catch up. Go back and rewatch. All right, so great episode. Let's get into our special segment, which is the best kill. There it is. All right, Cherry, best kill of today's episode.
I'm going to go with the very first kill when poor Leonard walked out and got hit by a semi truck, which is just, I literally gasped because I didn't see that coming. I was like, poor Leonard.
I was like, no, this is going to happen pretty soon. He's got to die. My favorite kill was the Grigori, who I see in the chat too. I think this is the first time we have seen them, y'all. Mm-hmm. The Grigori that was following Jack, that was apparently going up against little kids.
Child murderer.
Yeah. Cass coming in and sticking the angel blade through him. Real happy about that. Best kill.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. Yes.
For sure.
Thank y'all very much. All right. Now that we've got our best killing, we wanna talk to you guys about some news and gossip. Cherry's always got the news and gossip for y'all.
We have some great news, and I want to talk about one of our fan favorite people, which is Richard Speight Jr. Him and his band. The tickets are available for this coming April 20th at the Basement East in Nashville, Tennessee. Dick Jr. and the Volunteers concert. They're like, are they country? Are they rock? Are they awesome? Yes. So make sure you buy tickets for them. He has a great voice. And then, of course, it's been a long road since Richard first appeared on Supernatural, and he has been behind the scenes directing. He will be directing Galaxy Brain coming up on February 6th. That doesn't sound right. He's directing Galaxy Brain, and then he starred in a new horror film called Dawn of Five Evils. That's a prequel to Death House. It's in pre-production, so you don't know when that'll be coming out. He's also getting ready to direct an episode of Lucifer on Netflix, which will be their final season. And he was in a movie last year called Driven. And if you go to their website, you can buy T-shirts and posters. And you can also rent Driven the movie on all the major streaming platforms.
Lovely.
I love David. He's a delight. I mean, Richard. He's a delight.
Spite.
Where did I get David from? I don't know. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
All right. And then you've got some gossip for me?
I've got super cool gossip!
Yes.
So first of all, we're talking Misha Collins, our favorite Castiel. Now, guess who set the world record for online hugs? It's Misha. Oh, okay. So we're talking about Jarrett. Jarrett is going to be super busy because he is running the Austin Marathon this coming February 16th. Jarrett also said on Instagram with recent events, the passing of all the people on the helicopter with Mr. Bryant, Kobe Bryant and his child and the others, that's caused him to reflect on life. And so part of his reflection on life, love, loss, and blessings is that he really thinks that we have to experience our days here on Earth. And so he's spending time doing things that he wants to do. And he wants all the fans to do that as well. And so Jared also has some super exciting news. Texas Ranger reboot has been picked up by the CW.
Yes!
Get it
You
out!
know it. That's what they're going to be putting in this slot here at some point.
He looks mighty darn hot in that Stetson. I am loving it. Loving it. Now, we can also talk about Castiel, who has some exciting news and gossip. Castiel has the largest online album of hugs with over 108,000 photos.
Oh my gosh.
With his, giving back to everybody. Oh. And, of course, Misha being such a camera guy, had to do the Dolly Parton challenge, which was so cute. Lyndsey, we have to do the Dolly Parton challenge.
I have been looking at all of them and all the ones the fans are making for them, and they're so good. Jensen's is obviously amazing. I saw one for David Hayden Jones where he has his yodeling outfit on, where it doesn't look like he's wearing pants. That's his Tinder picture. Don't drink while I'm talking about this. But y'all, yes, this Dolly Parton challenge with all the stars doing it, just brings joy.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
All right, so let's get into our predictions before we wrap up the show. I know some of y'all have been thinking that, what's Amara really going to do? Do you think she's going to help the boys? I totally think Amara is going to be helping the guys defeat Chuck. I think she's over it. I think she can help rule. Obviously, Rowena being the queen of hell and Amara being goddess
of heaven
of
would be
all
awesome.
Things, with maybe Jack helping rule by her side. Yes. But when we come back Monday, March 16th, the boys say they feel like they're back. They feel like everything's good. Jack calls upon somebody. I know y'all are worried that who is this woman? Is this Lucifer in disguise? And Jody says if they don't come for her, she's dead. Now, we saw so many future images,
yes,
which what could happen potentially, thanks to Chuck showing the fast forwarding of things. Mm-hmm. So it does scare me because is this really? Are the boys really going to end up becoming vamps or werewolves and killing people and fighting against Jody and Bobby? I hope that's not the case, but I do think right now, as we get into the last eight episodes,
oh my gosh,
of the season. Y'all, 8 episodes left. We have to keep this moving forward. We have to keep getting more people into the Winchester's corner.
Yes.
And be as strong as we can in going in to defeat God. So, Cherry, what do you think? What are some of your predictions coming up?
I think that Amara will be joining the boys' side. I think that Michael, a.k.a. their brother, will be coming as well. And I'm almost thinking some of the old gods who have grudges of their own with Chuck might be coming to help them as well. I think it's not going to be just the Winchesters. I think they're going to have their own little army fighting Chuck.
Absolutely. I think I've said that from the beginning. I feel like it's going to be kind of a situation like with Twilight, where they called upon a bunch of people to fight the Volturi. I think we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be fighting against God. They're going to need everything they can. I think it's going to come down to one person actually going up against God. Mm-hmm. But basically, maybe we break his spirit along God's spirit, Chuck's spirit along the way, and make him think that he's not as powerful as he could be.
I agree. I think they're going to take him down.
Y'all, that has been the episode this week. We are going to miss you for the 6 weeks we are not here. We will be back March 16th. That's a Monday. I'm not sure if we'll be filming that Monday or we'll be filming Thursday. We will keep you guys all posted on that as much as we can and give you as much of a heads up as we can as well. But probably look for us Monday, just to be safe. Otherwise, we'll see y'all Thursday. My name is Lyndsey Wegner. You guys can find me on all things social media at Lyndsey Wegner. I'm joined by Cherry Davis. Cherry, where can they find you?
Cherry_LA on Twitter and Instagram.
And we'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.